All right, let's stay with the story now and bring it back home. The ANC's provincial task team is set to visit Nathi Mthethwa's family this morning as they wait for a final report on his death from French investigators. Newzroom Afrika's Silethiwe Ndlovu is live to us from Mthethwa's homestead in KwaMbonambi in KZN. It is a somber moment for the family, Silethiwe. We've just been talking to our correspondent in Paris, Simon Marks, about that question of the why. Why Nathi Mthethwa? Because Paris investigators tell us now that there is no question about the fact that he had taken his own life. There is no foul play suspected. And that question of why he decided to do that might never have any answers for the families.
Certainly, Michelle, and the family that we spoke to here at the Mthethwa homestead, which is actually right behind me, are still waiting for answers. They state that they will be waiting for a final communication from the French authorities in regards to what actually transpired. So they've stated that at this particular moment, they will not be commenting further on the circumstances surrounding his death. But we know, as you've stated, that the ANC will be visiting the family here. We are currently at the Mthethwa homestead, where we are told that it's going to be a courtesy visit where the party will be showing support to the family, but also remembering the immense contribution that was made by the comrade Nathi Mthethwa. Of course, he rose to prominence within the ANC Youth League. He would hold prominent positions within the party, and also at some point in his career becoming a long-standing member of the ANC's National Executive Committee. In regards to the ANC, Michelle, we had a conversation with them just after the news of the ambassador's untimely passing broke. We heard from the ANC how they expressed their shock regarding his untimely passing, but also expressing their shock regarding the circumstances surrounding his death, where the ANC has also stated that they will also be waiting for formal communication from the French authorities regarding what actually transpired. But there's also been quite a bit of speculation from a number of people, Michelle. As you heard Simon mention there, the late ambassador was, of course, recently implicated in the allegations of political interruption, I beg your pardon, and a lot of people on social media speculating and linking, unfortunately, his death to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, which is, of course, currently underway. But the ANC is stating that people should not be making any speculation at this particular point, but should be waiting for a formal communication, not only from the French authorities, but also from the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Now, I want us to have a listen to what the ANC's national spokesperson, Mahlengi Bengu, had to say earlier on during the week when we spoke to her regarding the passing of the ambassador Nathi Mthethwa, and also what Crispin Piri had to say when we also had a conversation with him.
As the ANC, we urge all the authorities, particularly the French authorities, to help us to get to the bottom of the circumstances of his passing. And on that basis, I think we can make a reflection. I've seen some reportage, which is unfortunate, that links his passing to the current judicial commission appointed by President Cyril Ramaphosa to look at a state of or national security. I'd like to put it that way. I do think that it may seem to be conjunctural, but they can't, when somebody is passed on, it's a very dangerous thing to be pontificating that it may be a function of what is happening in the work of the Justice Madlanga Commission.
I think let's refrain from being speculative. Let's look at the facts as they are. And as you know, with matters like this commission, normally we will only have a full appreciation of exactly what the facts are after the commission has concluded its work and after it publishes a report around various findings and various individuals' names who get mentioned there. I, in fact, also learned recently that the former Minister of Justice, who's currently the Minister of International Relations, name was also mentioned in a different context. So it's the nature also of these forums where individuals' names will get mentioned, but it would be cynical and maybe, I would say, also premature for one to take just X. I think we need to wait for the fulcrum of the report before we reach substantive conclusions around all of this.
So from that conversation, they do state that people should not be speculating at this particular point after those allegations of political interference were raised. But of course, Michelle, the ambassador wore many hats, and we know that before his untimely passing, he was South Africa's ambassador to France. Now, there is a letter of condolences that has just come in a few minutes ago from the French South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I'm just going to read a paragraph from there where they say, "We also wish to acknowledge, among others, the instrumental role he played in the organization of France, South Africa Investment Conference and Business Gala dinner in May 2025. Thanks to his leadership and foresight, the event created a platform of trust and opportunity, which will continue to shape the future of trade relationship between our two nations. The lasting contribution stands as a testimony of his dedication to deepening bilateral cooperation and his belief in the strength of our partnership." So we know, of course, Michelle, that he was tasked with that job of strengthening partnership and bilateral ties between South Africa and France. So this letter coming in and acknowledging the work that he had before his untimely passing. But of course, the remembrance or the condolences are continuing at this particular point, and the ANC KZN PTT will be here to pay their condolences this morning.
Silethiwe Ndlovu is live to us there from Nathi Mthethwa's family homestead. That's in KwaMbonambi in KZN.